You're listening to Out of Office, a travel podcast.
Your go-to podcast for all things travel. Episode 9 of Out of Office, a travel podcast.
Finally.
We didn't slap that on there yet.
No, little.
Not
No.
COVID. I had to make sure they knew. I had to make sure they knew.
Okay, episode 9. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about Europe.
And why you should go. Sorry, that was a
Well,
little
not
forceful.
should, because, the colonizers are there.
Yeah, but I mean,
But we want y'all to travel. And right now, there's a big perk to going to Europe. When this podcast does come out, hopefully it's still the same perk.
Wow.
If our producer gets our podcast out on time.
Vamos a continuar.
Yeah, so there's a big perk to going to Europe right now.
Mm.
And that perk is what, Laurie?
Good prices.
You're gonna be so sick.
But that's what you want. Okay. How you want me to say it? Inexpensive travel. Alternative destinations.
No, the correct answer is the euro dollar has finally dropped. And now...
Because it's on par.
No, it was 99 cents
dropped
yesterday.
It dropped even further
The
than the
American dollar was $1.
Oh, those people are going crazy.
They're going ham.
They're going
Ham.
crazy.
I was trying to research the reason why, and from what I got, it's basically a domino effect from the war in Ukraine.
I know. I mean, that war really ease up, yo,
I
because it's
feel so
affecting
smart.
everything. But also, that means when you go to Europe after listening to us, you can get cheap luxury items. Continue.
Like the Baccarat perfume that Dominique really wants in case you want to give her it for Christmas or her birthday.
In November.
Or next month.
What? That's not your. Okay.
I take early gifts, girl. Girl.
I don't know how this girl find me, Anyway. So, are we going to talk about reasons outside of the party?
Yes, of course. So, benefits to traveling to Europe right now.
Okay.
So, one of the great things about Europe, if you didn't know, is once you can find your way from Nassau to London,
You good.
dog, you could literally go from London to Paris round trip $100. Like something. The first time I saw it, I was like, something wrong with this price, and then I realized, wait, it's like that around all of
Yeah.
Europe. Because so let's give them an example of like a really good trip leg. Like let's say you have 15 days, right? You switch with your coworker, so you got 15 days, 14 days, because you come back and sleep on the last day.
This gal.
Monday won't be I can sleep that last day. So you could go from London to Paris, Paris to Amsterdam, and then Amsterdam to Italy.
You can.
You probably spend from London to Italy maybe $400 for all them legs, right? Tell me if I'm right or wrong.
No, that's about right, yeah.
Because you travel to Europe a lot more than me. After the last trip, I have vowed to thee, my country, to never step foot in certain parts of that place again. We're not going to say the name. That place that must not be named.
But I still think, I don't know, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. This girl's sickening.
It's not that bad. And that's why we're encouraging you to go, because everybody has different experiences. So the benefit, Laurie, you said the time, huh?
You couldn't, you
One
had to
thing
say
about
that?
us. I had to. At this point, they know us.
I was watching the time, though. I didn't need a timer.
She's lied to me hard, boy.
Oh, my God.
You was lying to me more than my man.
You have a man, eh?
Nope.
Who's lying now? But outside of that, right?
I gotta use that as a sticker.
when you do, there's a lot of options. So you were talking about from England
The
to
benefits.
France. There's also Belgium that's right there. If you're trying to stay in the United Kingdom, you can also take a flight to Scotland, which
can
I
pull
think
up
is
the
a
map.
great. I could see the map in my head, Scotland is a great trip.
It
and you
is.
can also do Ireland, that's under the United Kingdom, or fly
Ireland is
into the
nice.
Republic of Ireland.
From
so
London to Ireland, it was like $100,
it's
$200
not
a
bad.
ticket.
It's not bad.
Yes. Very, very, very cheap, very fast. On, if you don't want to take the plane, you
take
can
the
go by
train.
train. And the train is nicer because you have a really nice view. You could eat, you could be up in first class. They have first class, child. That's a different level for me.
Do you know what I really appreciate about European travel as someone who lives on the western side of the world?
Culture?
Yes.
I'm mad that I got it.
Yes.
I'm mad because
Ding, ding, ding.
these people
It's
over
the
there,
culture.
they ain't wake up.
So I mean, I feel like the Caribbean, we have a regional culture, although we have some differences. And
We
the
know our
same,
culture.
The same for
Yeah.
like South America, there are multiple differences, but the core is still the same. But I feel like when I went to London and went to Italy, completely different.
Yeah.
London and in Paris, completely different.
Although it's the culture of colonizers,
You know?
it's a good culture.
Yes, they were the colonizers. But they got some great food and art
They wasn't
and
playing,
history.
though.
You know, they
The
like
Italians clearly mastered it.
great architecture.
I'm upset that I haven't been yet. I was looking into it and I need more days.
What, for South Italy?
No, for Italy, period.
Oh,
Because, like, it's like if I go to France, I'm not just going to go to Paris.
yeah.
I'm going to go to Champagne, France
As
and
you
spend
should.
the day.
Anyway, we can talk.
Did you go?
I didn't get to go.
See, people talk about like these main cities within the countries, right? But there's certain like give me a hidden gem for you. Even if you haven't been, a place
I
that
can't pronounce it.
Wow,
That's the
Is
thing.
it Cologne?
Mm-mm. It's in the Netherlands, and it's a city outside of
Yeah,
Amsterdam.
girl, leave that alone.
I can't. Zaanstrecht. But the area smelled like coffee, and I know that's very strange to be like a core memory, right? But it smelled like coffee and chocolate. It had quaint little cute homes. It's right where the windmills are.
I went there.
You know?
How you know I went there?
Gal is act like I was a stranger. Anyway,
We wasn't friends, Dad.
we've been talking
We
now,
was cool,
right?
Cool.
But no, like it just felt like a cute little story.
It was nice. And
You know?
did you go riding bike there? Because I did. Wow.
I take no pictures though, because
I have pictures.
something wrong with me.
I wish we could be like insert clip. I mean, we could, but I really look like a loser because I was saying, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Not realizing that the Sound of Music did not take place in Amsterdam.
Ain't no one need to know that. We got ask one to cut that
It was
out.
cute in the countryside or whatever.
But it's very cute.
And the weather is usually nice during the summer, although it's very, very hot in this part of the world. The weather there, it's hot, but it ain't. I got.
It's not ridiculous.
It ain't.
Well,
kill you.
it wasn't ridiculous then. Heat wave going around in Europe right now.
The world
Which
just
is another
melting
thing,
as we talk.
literally, because it's hot.
Dog.
but-
even
But when it comes to European travel, for real, there are a lot of aspects I feel like the Caribbean people should be exposed to. 'Cause it's a lot of things that we don't have. Why are you laughing?
what is Mark 7:15?
You have a problem. Like I was saying, yo, Dom is unhinged today.
No, listen.
She's unhinged.
I thought he was sending me a Bible verse. Someone one day gonna say, I didn't get no sleep last night.
No
and
sleep
they
for the
sent me the
wicked.
Bible verse to say no sleep for the wicked.
That's very applicable to you. It's very applicable to you. But yes,
Your
Europe.
man ain't got me wicked, girl.
First of all, what man?
we gonna fight right in the studio tonight.
What man?
Them.
So like in Amsterdam, right? But no, for real, the going out to smaller cities outside of the main points, I feel are things people should do because you get a different view of the city
And it's less people.
and typically cheaper.
Usually.
I forgot the island name, which is a great alternative for Santorini in Greece. Same
Mykonos.
aesthetic. It's not Mykonos. Mykonos is still one of the busier ones too. It's a smaller, not really known one, but everything you can find
Hey,
in.
don't tell them. Thanks. You're out too damn fast.
Wow, that's crazy. You want to go first, eh?
No, I don't want too many people to go.
Ah.
I want to go and then I could be like, hey, y'all know this place.
We still trying to convince them to go to Europe though. So
I'm still trying to convince them to go to Family Island.
also, don't get me started.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
So there are a lot of benefits to going to Europe. We didn't talk about one of the biggies, which is art.
Cultural
history
experiences. Thank you
and
for
food.
Thank you for making art separate from history. I appreciate that.
You would have dragged me if I didn't.
I would have. So there's that.
Your attitude tonight,
There's
boy.
that.
This attitude is
Mine?
raging.
This is the typical attitude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Who you texting?
I'm looking at my notes.
We ain't
anyway.
cutting these out tonight.
But yeah, so art, history, and food. And another big thing is the architecture there, which is starkly different from anything that we'd see on this side of the
Especially
world.
like Greece.
You know?
Have you been to Greece?
Not yet. Not
How long do you
yet.
think it'll take for me to get to Greece?
What do you mean, like flight time?
Like, let's just say I wanted to maybe not be at work one day and
You don't have enough time to do that. to not be at work. This ain't Vegas, okay? This is not Vegas. This is not Vegas.
One thing but me, I'll be in another country.
To be very honest, I think that I would dedicate like a full 7 days to Greece.
Man, damn it, L'Oreal.
I'm sorry,
I had 4.
That's why I know. That's why I say 4 is not
25,
enough because you gotta travel. You gotta
5
travel.
days.
You gotta. If you have we have another back and front holiday.
Yes. No, we don't have no
No.
more back and front. L'Oreal, what you call it?
That's what I call it, a back and front holiday. Because you got a holiday on the back and the front. Don't judge me today. I'm trying to help you out.
This podcast so unhinged. Ain't no common sense coming out of this.
But anyway, back to benefits. I feel like compared to Bahamians going to the States, you'll actually relax. You might have a slower pace travel time because most Bahamians ain't renting a car in Europe. We know that much.
I would rent a car. I would rent a scooter for I always wanted to do that so I could have the scene from James Bond. A little scooter. In the background, my little baguette hanging out of my backpack.
Why did baguette have to be?
You just have to. It's part of the aesthetic. Baguette, my little hat tips to the side, red lipstick.
People in France don't actually dress like that,
Shut
though.
up.
Okay. But yeah, she can get and go on her
I definitely can take a picture with the baguette. And I already had the backpack.
You hear you talking about taking a picture with bread? With bread? Okay.
That's what she said.
You can create some great memories in Europe. So what's your favorite memory from Europe? Okay, top 3 then, if that's too hard.
No, it wasn't hard at all.
Okay, top only one.
It was hard because I couldn't think of one.
Really?
Let's remember, where all have I been in Europe?
The place that should not be named. Yeah.
That place that must not be named. London, Ireland, Amsterdam. That's it.
You never been to France? He's lying.
I saw uncultured.
First of all, we don't use those terms. You just haven't experienced
How
it
we
yet.
grow up using that word? Like, what does that word even mean?
It is so like
It is the
it's
most
pretentious.
And it don't match with.
You're so
it don't make
uncultured.
sense.
Excuse me. What does that mean?
What we said all that.
That just means that you don't know colonizer culture. Essentially,
God.
that's what it is.
What is it called? I haven't been to that many places in Europe.
Okay.
After the place that must not be named ruined my experience for me, I really was hesitant.
Ah.
Yeah. But I'm
think you should
I'm
go
gonna
back.
try and travel a bit more. Watch me end up in Greece.
But Greece is far for 4 days, man. Let's reconsider that. Try to
5.
go to France. Go to France. You could go to New York and then.
What if I take a
Quick 8
direct
hours.
flight from here to London? So that's
That's
7
9
hours. Virgin Air and BA is 7 hours.
Hey, it must be some change in the winds.
No,
No, it
it's
was
that-
like 9 hours when I took it.
I sure want to. Anyway, 7 to 9 hours. And the good thing is they leave at night.
Yeah, they do. So you get there in the day.
They leave at night. So I can reach the next day around 8 something in the morning. And then I could take the train or a quick flight from London to Greece direct.
That is so tight, Dom.
Have you met me, L'Oreal?
Yes, that's my problem. That's my problem. Like, you will do it, but that's tight.
How much you bet I could do it?
I need
Give
to
me a
bet you
pinky.
because I believe
Pinky,
you.
Pinky promised me.
I
Pinky
don't
bet
have
me in
pinkies.
front of the camera. I hate this gal so much right now.
Pinkies.
But no, I would try it.
Okay, so out of the places you've been,
What is my best
the
memory?
best one. Empty silence. Okay. While you think about it, I'll share one
I
of my
liked
favorite.
London.
You liked
But
London, okay?
I don't have a favorite memory.
Like nothing that you just felt like overwhelmed in a good way. Something was super
When I saw
beautiful.
Janika, we went to dinner.
Janika, you're the best memory of Europe with this gal
Yeah.
is you.
We had a really nice bougie dinner, and I was.
Y'all looked cute. I remember that.
Thank you.
I remember that.
Why is he looking at me like that? You
My
know?
favorite probably is a toss up between walking. I think it's called the Long Mile in Edinburgh in Scotland, and although a lot of people don't really like this place right now, when I was in Milan in Italy.
Why people don't like Milan?
Because, Italy and Bohemians right now, we still waiting for answers for certain things.
Darling. And that happened.
And that was Turin is near
know.
Milan.
It happened the week I was in the place that must not be named. We could call the place name.
Now, Spain. España.
It happened to me before I went to Spain. They found him dead.
It's just, but Milan was a very fun experience. It was just walking around, seeing people with the little flower shops, and it was just
cute.
It was that's what it was, and that's the same feeling I got with Scotland. When I saw Arthur's Table, it's like this mountain and it's flat, and there was a castle,
like King Arthur.
Mm.
Like the King Arthur.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it's like cute stuff like that, and a lot of the architecture is very Scottish and old, and I like quaint little things.
I like it too.
I like quaint
when,
little
I will say,
things.
when I was in Ireland, the towns, oh my God, outside of Dublin was
Cute,
they
right?
were so cute. I was like, this looks just like in the movies.
Little
Yeah, you don't
storybook
lie.
action. So that's what always
I
stands out
haven't
to
made
me.
enough memories in Europe. I think it is, but my trips to Europe were they were nice,
Mm-hmm.
generally nice, and I definitely want to go again. Especially now, like I'm very interested in Greece.
Yeah.
But certain places I go by myself. I'm not going to Mykonos. No, I'm not going to Santorini.
No, I
It's
wouldn't
too
either.
romantic.
Well, I wasn't even thinking romantic. I just need someone to take my pictures properly. Sorry.
Did I not show you what tripod to use?
I could use a tripod, but certain things you need a person for.
I always ask people one day with me.
So do I,
I
random strangers.
And I just told my friend yesterday,
Random
I said, you have to
strangers.
tell him how to take your photo. Like what I do now is I take my phone and I place it exactly where I want it to be. And I say, come here, hold this. And that's how I get my
I
photos.
get some great pictures from strangers, to be honest.
That's how you might meet your husband like that.
In Europe? Anyway,
He could be a black man from France. Oui. Mademoiselle.
So we're trying to get people to go to Europe, right? What is the allure for you for Europe? Like, what pulls you specifically?
The culture.
The culture?
I like the fact that there's so much history. I have a big thing about history. I like I'm one of those people that do tours, but I don't do the generic tours. You know, I go. I like adventure tours. But I like the history. The fact that there's and it goes without saying, the food.
Do you go to museums while you're there?
I've never. But for Europe, I would.
Stab me
Angels
in the
and demons
heart.
alone do that to me.
Stab me in the heart.
I go to a museum.
It's really nice. That's what pulls me to Europe. Because when I think of Europe, I don't think adventure. But I think great museums.
Which
like
museum is your
old
favorite?
museums.
Wow, you have to calm down. You really gotta calm down.
I don't know.
He was waiting on someone to ask you to say.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Louvre? How was it?
Big.
I was told
Huge.
the Mona Lisa is
It's
overrated.
tiny. It don't make sense. I mean,
Yeah, I could kill.
but it's very small. And like to me, a lot of the mainstream art that people are like really familiar with, it's kind of boring. You know?
Who's surprised?
It's kind of boring. Although I do love Monet. That guy. Anyway. But the point is, for me is the art and the architecture, because it's starkly different from anything I experience on this side.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Sometimes the food ain't all that good though.
Do you want to tell us where the food wasn't that great?
I mean, in different countries, but just like a lot of people think just because you're in Europe, the food is going to be good. No. That's just like people thinking the food in the Caribbean is all good. It's not.
Only the Bahamas. Because you know.
Trinidad would like to have a word. Okay?
Points to take.
Trinidad would
I
like
give
to
you
have
that.
a
Yeah,
word.
I give you that. I have not had one bad meal in Trinidad. I even had food cold.
Oh, speaking of, this weekend,
What happened in this
the
weekend?
launch. It's
I
this
saw
weekend.
the video.
It's this weekend.
We gotta get our place.
Stick a pin there.
Why
I stick a pin there because it's like we already trying to go this place and we don't have a place to lay our head yet. But that's fine. Couple well people on it. That's all you could do. That's all you could do.
Anyway, so what are some of the downsides or things that you think people may need to look for when going to Europe right now?
Ooh, I feel like if you haven't made a long flight as yet, it might be a little difficult to sit on a plane for 8-9 hours. That would be the first thing. So like, be prepared for that. Stay hydrated, guys, because those plane airs be dry as hell. Another con, the biggest one I feel, is racism. It's everywhere.
I feel like someone on this podcast could give a very
It's everywhere.
elaborate
I wonder
account.
who that is. It's 2 people on this podcast.
Oh,
It's not me.
I scared.
Why?
I've never experienced anything like that, and I went to school in Arkansas. Like, how you doing, girl? Arkansas.
Yeah.
Right? I had someone call me a nigger, and I never I don't even know how to still process it.
Yeah.
But the reason why I still have so much faith in Europe is because everybody else seems to have such a good experience. I'm like, it's clearly just a one-off here and there. But I do know they had an issue with immigration from Liberia. And so I was told as long as you're black, they think you from there.
Same thing with France, you know. One of my friends, when we were there, I didn't have any issues, but that's I was telling Nate, but that's something different. When I was walking with her, I heard the sound of someone spitting on the ground, right? And I was just like,
L'Oreal.
dead ass.
L'Oreal.
And I was just like, what? And then she told me, she was like, yeah, she's been hearing that a lot. And it's the same reason, immigration. They think all the black people that are in France are from countries in Africa. And I'm just like, that's silly.
You know, so funny. I had a favorite French teacher in college. Guess where he was from? Ghana. I had a very close friend. He was from Ghana. His passport was French.
Have you been to Ghana?
Chayo.
Ain't he from Nigeria?
Afrobeat is across the diaspora.
I'm tired of you.
It's all West
Very,
Africa. That's what
very-
matters the most. It's West Africa. West Africa is what matters.
Someone-
Ghana, Nigeria.
Someone come get this girl, please.
Chayo.
Someone come get this girl. But you know it was cool for, and we probably will talk about this in another time. But I met some people from the Canary Islands.
Funny, but you can meet people, boy.
Yes, but I feel like that's
This
the
gal
best part
always
of
going out without
traveling. Wow, how we get there? I feel like we having a couples quarrel
She's like
today.
made it known.
She been having an attitude with me all day, y'all. All day.
My arm hurting.
That's
I
why
had to take it off.
cranky. Eh?
You
Need
know,
a hug?
You know,
I hugging you right now.
don't hug me.
I'm hugging you.
I'm giving back your hug.
You know what? And that's why I meet other people and go out because I don't get affection from this end. But like I was saying, I met these people from Canary Islands, right? And I think one of the best things about traveling in general, but like traveling to Europe, is Europeans don't stay still.
That's because it's so cheap. Why would you?
One is from the Netherlands originally, and the other one, I think she's from France, but they live in the Canary Islands.
That's so cool. Babe.
Exactly.
Like, where's the Canary Islands?
Super random. Off of Spain, eh? Off of Spain.
Oh,
I lie.
boy.
It wasn't Canary Islands. It's Mallorca, off of Spain. Mallorca, Spain. It's an island off of Spain.
What was that moving just now?
Because I was on the map in my head. I was pointing to where the island was. Anyway, but the whole thing is, if you meet someone, let's say you meet someone really cool that you link up in London and y'all keep in touch, you never know the next time you talk to them
You
or
can
next
talk to
time
them.
they're probably like, oh no, I live in Italy now.
And it's so easy for them to move. It seems like it's like how Americans move from state to state.
But it's not the same because they still in the same country, the same thing in every
But
state.
Americans move from state to state. Europeans move from
Country to country.
Oh yeah, because we don't think of it. But I think of Europe as one big
No, baby.
America, but European.
That's rude.
Yeah, you're right. I'm never gonna compare anybody to America.
That's rude.
You're right. I apologize, except for Spain.
Oh wow. I don't think I've had a bad experience yet. I've been it's like I get really scared because people make it seem like I'm a pet though. Like they just want to take me. And I just be like, wow, that's crazy. I'm a human being. You can't just take me to your house.
You're light skinned, but you have black hair.
They want to pet me.
They're confused, and you have
That
green
is
eyes. They're literally confused.
Black people have green eyes.
Debatable. It hasn't been confirmed.
You know what?
but
I'm gonna
she's-
walk out this
it hasn't been
podcast
confirmed. She's
because
black.
she 2 seconds away from calling me white. See, I wasn't even far off.
Every chance I get.
Every chance. Just don't associate me with colonizers, though. That hurts my
No,
feelings.
girl.
That hurts my
No,
feelings.
girl, we don't do that. So, okay, so easy routes to take. There's no need for a visa.
Yeah.
And the Bahamas is now
yo.
currently ranked 26. Y'all don't need nothing to get in no time. Wait, just go.
It's crazy.
Jesus, man. What you gonna stay for?
So my university bestie is from Jamaica, right? Hi, Suki, if you're listening to this, if I send you the link, right?
I see you adding her on.
Yeah, on Twitter. We were talking about like travel, and I didn't realize how privileged we were in the Bahamas to have so many countries with
How could you
visa-free
of all
access.
people not realize?
Because when you think something is normal,
Oh,
you
yeah.
assume that other
You don't
people
think about it.
Yeah. So it wasn't like, we have all this access. It was just like we in the
know.
Caribbean, we have access. I assume you do too, but
I
they have to get
remember,
additional
okay,
visas.
Morocco, you need a visa.
Ghana.
I'm going to say places that are very popular for us. Not Ghana, it's Nigeria.
No, Ghana, you need a
It's
visa.
Ghana and Nigeria.
Because I was gonna go
Okay,
instead of South Africa.
Ghana, Nigeria, Morocco, Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one other place that's like really popular for Bahamians.
Bahamians.
Not Bahamians, but
On that side of the world?
I mean traveling Bahamians.
On that side of the world?
No, in the Bahamas, like where we would need a visa to go to.
Yeah, I'm asking you if the destination is on that side of the world.
There's
Popular?
one other place. Australia.
Definitely in Europe. We need a visa for Australia.
No, it's either Australia or New Zealand.
I thought all Commonwealth countries we were good
I
at
thought
though.
so too, but Paul said when he applied for a visa, they denied it.
Huh.
He's always been mad every time he does. Shout out to Paul. Hey,
Really?
Paul. Yeah, babe.
Huh. I just assumed once he was under the Queen.
Or maybe it. Yeah, I'm very, very positive. He said it was one of those places he couldn't get in. It's weird though, because like, okay, yes, we don't need to have a visa to go there, but when you get there, you need to get a visa. Like when I went to Egypt, I had to get a visa
Some
in the
places
airport.
like that, yeah.
When you go to Cuba, you have to get a visa in the airport. A lot of places you have to get a visa upon arrival. So don't think you could bust into people's country
And just be so.
and be smuggling.
Yeah.
Not smuggling. What
But the
word
good thing is
smuggling.
The good thing is for Europe, you know,
You straight.
thanks to our colonization, that we don't
They
need
gave
it.
us that one good
You
perk.
know, and it's crazy because I remember there's like the Schengen visa, I think for
Wow.
like Germany or whatever. I was like, what are you talking about? I
Oh,
don't need a
what
visa.
visa?
Schengen, Schengen. Like certain countries are Schengen countries. Anyway, but there's a lot. So all I'm saying is you can create memories. It's cheap right now because, you know, the
It's
euro
cheap.
dropped.
Within Europe.
Yeah, I mean to get there.
Yeah. You might spend a
You
little.
might spend some money, but you could be pretty.
700
Your
to
dollar can go a
1,000.
long way
Yeah.
while you're there.
Yeah.
You will be experiencing new cultures, art that you would never have the chance to see here. Learn about a lot of history that is always connected to the Caribbean region. You know,
They send us
because
out.
wars, colonization, all that stuff. It's great to know these things.
Or later, they probably don't mention it as often.
No, I don't.
We colonized Jamaica and the
I
Bahamas.
don't feel like they had it. I mean, they just had a whole commemoration about going to all their colonies, former colonies. They don't really hide it. It's not like the country to the north, you know? They don't really hide their history. They're relatively
you
open with
can
their
when we
history.
keep reminding them.
They just remind us. They always trying to visit, okay?
Please
What
don't.
else can you do there? You can walk around like it's a storybook, and that's one of my favorite things about Europe.
But you have to be very safe though, because Europe, the amount of bag nappers.
I wouldn't even know. I
No.
didn't even
No, you didn't experience it.
think. No, I didn't think about it because I don't really carry bags.
Oh, okay. No, see, so for someone like me, I carry a full blown backpack when I travel because
To walk around with.
I'm Dorothy Explorer, of course. Girl, mind your business. And so you have to be very, very careful when you walk around Europe because they say like that place has one of the highest rates of robbery.
Really?
Yeah, they cut
Like
your
what
bag.
countries? I know
It's a
in Eastern
lot.
Europe, it's pretty
Not just
high.
Eastern Europe. It's in France. It's in Italy. I saw a lot of highlights. Yes.
I must
You gotta
just be.
You used to be on a rock. Not on the rock, but
I just be living life. Just
well, the problem is I don't
walking.
really care because I go to 4:30 in the morning walking around.
I used to be outside by myself in the darkness.
What is our problem?
I don't know because I would never do that in
But
Nassau.
I know that when I go to Europe, I will not be carrying a backpack everywhere I go.
Mm.
I'll carry maybe like I have a cute little pouch that holds my credit cards.
Mhm.
So I might put that in the back pocket or something, but I know not to go with a full blown backpack.
I do crossbodies, like slim crossbodies.
But they can cut that.
They could cut it, but I have a habit of holding on to the bottom piece when I walk.
Mm.
Like it's not even a security thing. That's just
It's just your bag.
if I have a crossbody on, my hand is going to be on it most of the time. But yeah, so good prices while you're in there, creating new memories, art, history, and culture. And I mean, it's just something completely different from where we typically live. And that's
Yeah.
the allure. And no visas.
And y'all gotta be tired of going to the same place every weekend.
You don't have to be sassy with them.
That's me. I'm me. It's me that's tired.
But at the end of the day, this entire episode was begging y'all to try different destinations, essentially, and highlighting
Because
your.
they're getting cheaper. They literally begging you to come at this point.
You know what we should do? Let's do a
I'm sure you're about to
series.
suggest.
Let's do a series highlighting different areas. Like it could be the full-on continent or particular countries that we think people should go to, and then why.
A series from which continent?
We started with Europe. We could do Africa next.
We can't take the whole continent of Africa.
No, we can't. But we still can talk
We can
about
do
the similar
South Africa
things. We can
and East Africa.
we can talk about the same similar things. So Europe, it's Western Europe, it's Eastern Europe, it's Northern Europe, and we lump them all in.
That's true. That's true.
So it's just more a general consensus, not saying, hey, specifically this is what is.
No, that makes
you know.
sense. Like saying like, oh, well, when you go to Africa, your dollar stretch.
We can do like the 7 continents.
I ain't been all.
So
You ain't been all 7. You've been to Antarctica.
I would like to go. You know, you could get there from like Buenos Aires. Anyway, we could talk
As
about
in
that.
Argentina?
Yeah.
For how much?
Oh, I didn't look at the prices, but they take a flight there.
Girl, y'all psychos.
How?
You going dog sledding, eh?
I would love that.
I ain't gonna lie, we love
I would love
No,
that.
as you can see, I
I
have
would
no
love
problem
that.
going on somebody's sled in snow. Call me Santa's helper.
Leave. Ho, ho, ho. Well, this has been the great
Anyway, it's time to wrap this
episode
episode up.
9. Go to Europe, guys. Try different places, and then we're gonna do a little series out this, and you know, hopefully pique your interest to travel outside of
Hopefully we get to
Florida and Georgia.
go too. You going far?
That's where they go. I mean, that's where Bohemians go. Caribbean people, Florida, Georgia, New York.
You still put
I
looking
look at. I look at. I
You not looking at this like.
I look at.
That's the ain't going next week.
All right. See y'all next time.
Bye.